Welcome. Welcome to Quarantine with Styles, aka Driving with Styles, aka Watch with Styles, aka the entire Styles brand, family, whatever. I'm branching this thing out. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm watching the game too. I know I usually try to avoid the Monday Night Football game, but since I'm not doing a film breakdown that takes an hour, hour and a half, you can mute it. Like I got it muted watching the 2nd and 11 for Baltimore. Branching this thing out. I appreciate you. So, mute it, and if you want to hear some content, that's what I'm here for the next 27 minutes. First thing I want to get into is it is an interesting time that we are in a pandemic. Kentucky has said they have lost 35 million. I'm sure other teams have lost quite a bit of money. And yet we are firing coaches. It's hilarious to me. We are firing coaches. Did I expect coaches to be fired? Sure, but at the number, I'm a little shocked. So here's my thing. I understand that the money isn't coming from the university. These are boosters. Boosters control contracts. Really, boosters control firing and ability to pay these $20+ million buyout clauses. Those are boosters. Isn't it interesting that the boosters don't feel the same about the players? Isn't it interesting that the boosters don't feel like, well, why don't we give a little bit of that chunk of money directly to the players if we can? Why don't we? I'm sure there's ways to make it happen, but man, we're giving a lot of damn money to these damn coaches. $21 million. They're going to pay $21 million buyout Gus Malzahn. A guy who's won games. It's not like he's lost games. Not saying he's taken Auburn to the mountaintop, but damn. Think about that. We're doing this time, these guys are able to pay that kind of money just to get a guy out of their program. That's freaking amazing to me. So now we're going to venture off into this, to the coordinator job that is everything for us. First, I want to say congratulations to Kyra Elzy getting that interim tag taken out. That's big, man. Getting a female coach, a female coach of color as a head coach in the conference is pretty damn big. Proud of the program, proud of Mitch for making that move soon and not trying to drag this thing out. She was obvious going to be the head coach. She's been there long enough. She's been the right-hand person of Mitch and Matthew. So proud of that, man, because those girls are really playing well. I hope people get to watch that some more. So let's get into this OC search. And the one thing that's interesting about this OC search that I've been hearing is the co-coordinator position. And I got into a discussion. First, you guys can hit me up on Twitter. You can hit me up on Twitter/Periscope or my direct Twitter account. You can hit me up on YouTube. And if you have any questions, comments, statements, all that good stuff. So the co-coordinator position is interesting to me because I got into this discussion with, was it Tiffin? Hold on, let me get the comment. I got on a Twitter discussion with one of my followers about the co-coordinator. He was talking about one of the candidates, and he would have rather him be one of the co-coordinators position and not the head coordinator. Well, here's the thing. somebody will be the head coordinator. You can't have two guys calling plays. So what usually happens with the co-coordinator, for instance, is, and I'm not 100% sure. I'm going by what I feel and how I see it working. Because if you think about it, the newest thing since in recent years have been passing game coordinators, right? So what it does is it makes the week of responsibility less on one guy. So in the past, the coordinator had to do everything during the week. Well, now there's a split of responsibility. Sean King. And Sean King is one I was having a discussion with, Kentucky Foot B14. And so co-coordinator means that some guy like at Kentucky, in essence, Henshaw was a passing game coordinator and Eddie Gran was the running game coordinator. So from my understanding, my belief is the great thing about it now is all the coaches have an input, right? So Coach Gran goes in and handles the run game and the game plan for the week against Mississippi State. The best run game, the best blocking scheme. He gets with the line coach and find out what blocking scheme works best against their scheme. And Henshaw, for example, goes over the route combinations, what coverages they run, what route combinations are better for the coverages that they run. So that's where the co-coordinator position goes. So then they have meetings and they discuss, and it's more like a modern day, everybody has a say. Everybody has a say. So everybody comes to the meeting with some input of what they believe can run best. So everybody puts it in. They put their beliefs, and then they probably have, with all this stuff they have with these devices and catalog systems, I'm sure they can enter what's the best route beaters for cover 3, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure they have it. And then they have this game. They come up with plays that they think they run best. They try it in practice. If it works in practice, that's how it goes. All right. So therefore, one coordinator handles the run game and practicing and the game plan development of a game plan of a scheme of plays. The other coordinator handles the passing game, and they go through the same thing. But one guy calls the plays on Saturday. One. It isn't 2, 3. Now, after the series, I'm sure all the coaches that they are on the headsets and they can talk to each other and say, okay, I think with what they're running out, coach, this running play might work best. This passing play, we need to run more of this grouping, etc. But the head coordinator has the last say. And he's the one that's making a call. And that's where it gets to me, where you, to me, needs a guy who has gone through calling plays on game day. Period. And I've said this, and I've said this many times. Calling plays is a skill set, man. It's, if you have ever coached at any level, and you don't have to go on, and you don't go on the field, and they have a clock, play clock, shot clock, etc. You have to have your plays already set. I coach basketball. I have to already have my press set. Have to know what we're going to run. I have to know what offensive motion play I want to run. Now I can't be waiting if there's a shot clock. Now if there's not a shot clock, I can tell my point guard just to dribble slow, and we'll run this. But you still have to have, in football, even if you coach flag football, I don't know if anyone you coach flag football. If you're not on the field, you got to have, and I was not one of those coaches. I know a coach that went on the field, he had a down playbook of Vanilla Foley, and he showed it up kind of like damn scout team. I'm like, dude, these kids got to learn. So we ran plays, and I would call plays from the sideline. And you had to have an idea what your next play would be. Can you imagine now as college where the play clock is shorter? There's a skill set to it, man. And it's underappreciated. So I want a coordinator who has freaking called plays. I don't want to chance it now. Now maybe if this was let's say 3 years from now, maybe. But we're making progress. We can't chance it on a guy whom we can cross our fingers and hope, oh, he's a genius X and O's guy. He's a genius. He can develop stuff. Oh, he's creative. Oh, he's innovative. Oh, he can create all these great schemes and plays and all this stuff. That's great. And that's a great person on the team. But can he call those plays on game day? Can he dial up the right call on game day? That's the difference. You need a creator or innovator on your staff that's creating these great plays, yes. But can he dial it up on game day? That's the difference. I got a tweet from Sean King. I'm intrigued by Braum and Cohen. Yeah, I'm intrigued by all these guys. But what else? I mean, honestly, I have nothing against these guys, but I'm just going to say, what has Braum done? Right? His brother, he's been on his brother. Has he called plays? His brother does a good job. And it's nice to be on the same staff as a guy who's calling great plays. Just like Cohen has been on the staff, a guy that called great plays. But does that directly translate to you being under the gun, making a call under the lights? I'm not sure. I don't know. But this is not a chance to chance it, though. This is not a chance to chance it. See, this is what you can chance it if you had, if you left of a coordinator, if Eddie Graham, for example, was lighting it up, and he left for another head coaching job, right? And now you've been successful in your offense, and now you have a little grace period because your offensive coordinator has been with you since 2016, left for a head coaching job on his own. Now you can potentially hire an up-and-coming guy because your offense is already successful. We can't do that because we are trying to pick up our offense. So we need a guy who is a proven play caller, which to me leads me to this. There have been some head coaches that have been fired recently that have been really good offensive coordinators. Really good offensive coordinators. They haven't been successful as a head coach, but they have much success as offensive coordinator. Now, if we was hiring a head coach, I would not even consider these guys. But calling plays, they have proven they can call plays. So here are the guys that really intrigue me a lot. Kevin Sumlin. And here's the thing about also having an ex-head coach on your staff as a coordinator. He can help the head coach with head coaching decisions, time management. That's another ear. That's another opinion. Well, the coach has someone to lean on. Having someone that has been in your shoes can help you with some decision making, just to bounce some ideas off of. What did you guys do when you went to a bowl game? What do you guys do in this situation? Coach, well, we did this. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Understand. And you can take that and it holds a little more weight because the guy has been he's been in your shoes. That's the advantage of having an ex-head coach on your staff. Why do you think Saban has a shit ton of analysts on his staff that are expat dispatched ex-head coaches? You cannot have too many great ideas in your meeting room. You just can't. Why do you think these guys go to Saban to be an analyst? You know why? Because he's a great coach, so they can learn some of the things that he does in his program and maybe implement that when they get their next opportunity. It works. There's a win-win for both the guys. So for me, these are some guys that have just come up. Well, obviously, I even know about Gus. I don't think Gus will take this job because Gus can wait. He can sit out a year or two and get a job that he wants when, you are hired to get fired. So someone's going to get fired. So I can see Gus just sitting it out. But there's two guys of interest that would need to reinvigorate their narrative. And that's Kevin Sumlin, who did not do a good job at Arizona. After he left Texas A&M, did he get fired at Texas A&M? I think he got fired, whatever. After his departure from Texas A&M after Johnny Manziel and Mike Evans, he did not do a very good job at Arizona. But he's a damn good offensive mind. So he needs a reprieve. So I would give him a damn call just to see what he's thinking. Another guy is Jay Hopson. Now, I know Hopson because he coached at one of, I don't know, I've said this in the past. I'm a Mississippi native, actually. I was born in Centerville, Mississippi. My family lives in Woodville, Mississippi, small town right north of the border. It's on the border of Louisiana and Mississippi. And a lot of people from that town go to Alcorn State, Jackson State, or Mississippi Valley State. And some of them come down here. But the majority of them go to Alcorn State because it's only about 45-minute drive from Woodville. It's the closest one of all the Mississippi HBCU schools. So I have quite a few cousins that's their alma mater. So I've watched Alcorn State and, they have had some great players come from there. Aaron McNair is a great one. They've had some receivers. They have some studs that have been there. I've had some of my fellow church members. He was a stud there. But so that to be said, I know Hopson because I watch a lot of their games. He is a great play caller. And the best thing about the play calling is he's making play calls with not guys who are the most talented guys on the planet. He's creative. And when he went to Southern Miss, they were doing well. Now, when they got the head coaching job, and I say this all the time, I'm sick of head coaches not keeping the play caller responsibility when they become a head coach. He gave that responsibility to someone else, and it kind of suffered. One of the people, Shannon Dawson, I think was his OC for a little time. So he gave up the one thing that's his strength and what got him the damn head coaching job. The guy can make play. He can call plays on the weekend. So that's two coaches to me that I believe we should give a call. I'm not sure that either one would take the call or they would take the call, but take the job or even think about taking the job. But I would give them a call because they are proven play callers. Their play calling ability is the reason why they became head coaches. So those guys, I would definitely give a call. And there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing better than having another coach on your staff with head coach experience. It helps. I know this is Stoops' 8th year? Well, he came in 2013. Was 2013? This will be his 8th year. He's still learning on the job. I mean, he's only coached 7 years. I mean, he's not been a head coach for 20 years. Every year is you learn something new. And I'm sure this pandemic has given him he's learned some more. So those guys I'm really interested in to see. And then the last guy that hit me today was Bush Hamdan. Now, I did some research on Bush, and this is what discussion of with me and Sean King came into existence. This guy has been an OC. He's been OC at a smaller college, and he's been an OC at Washington. And the best thing about it, he's been a passing game coordinator. He's been a passing game coordinator. I'm looking it up now. He's been a passing game coordinator a couple times in his career, and he was the Washington Redskins passing game coordinator, quality control guy. So he has the experience, and he's young, and he's coached under some pretty damn good coaches. He's not my number one, but like I said, like I tweeted, he's got some NFL experience, and he got a lot of college experience. That's a nice mix. So I'm intrigued by him. Oh, he missed a field goal. Oh my goodness. The Browns missed a field goal. I know you guys are watching it, so I'm just repeating it to you guys who are already watching it. Very intriguing to me. He's not my first. But he's right up there with Brom and Cohen. I mean, Moorhead is the obvious one. I think everybody has said that. I've gotten into a discussion with someone this weekend about that. He is the obvious choice. I mean, not the obvious choice. He is the I guess you can say obvious. He is the one that I will go to right now if he wants the job. And I think that's been stated by some of the guys who are on the streets and their ears are to the street. From what I've heard on Twitter, that from all the guys, I don't want to state names because I'm going to miss somebody and they might come after me. I don't need to be came after, whatever that is. Did I say that right? But he is number one. Now, I don't know how long can we wait, because I don't know if he will leave if Cristobal doesn't get one of these open. It doesn't get to Auburn. I think Auburn is the job that he might want. It gets him closer to home, gets him back in the Southeast. That would be a destination that he would probably leave Oregon for. But if he doesn't leave Oregon, I don't think Moorhead is leaving Oregon, because he's OC for a coach who's coming back. I don't think he's going to make a lateral move to Kentucky. Just me. So I don't think Moorhead's coming, if you ask me, because I don't think they're going to hire Cristobal. I think they're going to hire Hugh Freeze, because that's the smart decision. I don't care. You can give me all the reasons not to hire him, but I can give you one reason to hire him, because he's a damn winner. All the other stuff is college football, big time college football. All the other stuff, people let slide. And the escort thing is not the reason. He got some violation issues. That's the reason. Improper funds given to players. That's a big one. But the guy can flat out coach. And you cannot dispute that. And I know that firsthand because my sister she played basketball at Arkansas State. So I follow their football team. We have some friends that have sons that have gone to Arkansas State to play football. So I've watched them for a long time. And that guy resurrected that program. Period. All the success they've had since that was started by him. And that got him the job to Ole Miss. And the stuff he did at Ole Miss was incredible. Look at the history of the Ole Miss program. Even when Cutcliffe was there with damn Eli, it was good. But damn, Hugh Freeze brought them on the brink of greatness. So the guy can flat out coach. The guy can not only flat out coach, he's proven he can coach in this conference, which is everything. He's a winner in this conference. He's a winner in this conference on the West, facing Alabama. He beat Alabama in back-to-back years. At Alabama, and at Bryant-Denny, and at home. The guy can get it done. So, and he is a damn great recruiter. And he's great with the damn boosters and the people who fund and finance the damn program. Because he's got that kind of personality. So that to me is the easiest decision. I can go with all the noise that's going to be created for hiring. That's easy to accept it because he's going to win. He's going to win. And they have enough talent on their team right now to win. So if they hire him, and all you got to do is give Kevin Steele all the money he wants and tell Hugh Freeze you got to keep the defense coordinator, and they are golden. I'm just being honest. I'm not sure if they can beat Bama next year. I'm not sure, but Gus has beaten them several times. But I'm not sure if they can beat Bama next year. But they will be in line to beat them in the future, though. So I can't see how they don't hire Hugh Freeze. I just don't. Unless they hire someone and they force them to hire Hugh Freeze as a coordinator. I'm not sure Hugh Freeze would go for that. I think Hugh would just hold his water and stay at Liberty until the right head coaching job comes to him, because he's doing things in Liberty. So it's going to be interesting. I can't wait. I'm going to probably do some Christian Lewis stuff. They had the All-Star game this weekend. I saw some one-on-one with him. He's an interesting candidate for receiver. The crazy thing is, I hope Boot and I get a chance to stay as a wide receiver coach, because it would suck for me to get a job for a pandemic year and then get let go because of the new coordinator. It's gonna be interesting though. I can't wait. This Wednesday is gonna be interesting because I personally think we need to hire a coordinator before Wednesday. I think we need to hire one tomorrow. So does that mean we wait on Moorhead? Because some of these young guys some of these receivers, you don't know if they're going to sign. Because we don't have an offense. We don't have an offensive scheme, an offensive foundation for them to latch on to. So I think we need a coordinator tomorrow so we can keep this class. Although I think we're going to keep the class because Christian Lewis was the one that I thought would have the most potential I don't want to say reneging, because it's not a renege, of changing his commitment. So I'm looking forward to see who Coach Stoops hires. I'm confident in him. He's proven to me enough to be confident in him. So I'm going to hold that. And hopefully we get the right guy for the job. Everybody has their opinion. Everybody, you can freaking research till your fingertips are numb from typing so much. But he's the guy who knows who's the right fit for him, and whom he's interviewed and whom he connects with. So much success to Coach Stoops and that staff. And I hope they get the guy that they really want and don't have to, I don't want to say settle, but in essence, don't have to settle for number 2, 3, or 4. Because if you have a true number 1, I hope you're able to get that number 1. And so that's it for me. That's 30 minutes. Let's watch the rest of this game. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Tune in tomorrow to The Locker. Myself and Anthony White, 9 to 10 p.m. is at The Locker 411 on all social media platforms. Check it out. I'm sure we're going to have something very interesting and some good dialogue about this whole coaching search and everything else. that you guys would definitely want to hear. So thank you guys for watching. And I will personally see you guys on Wednesday.